interesting.
Well, we should invest in one of those clappers.
That would be pretty fun.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen the videos of the, what do you call that person that claps those?
The clapper.
She was an Italian lady on the set of Inglourious Bastards. There's a bunch of behind the scenes footage of this girl who would
She's sexy.
Very sexy and very funny and being rude to Brad Pitt, but like in a funny way, and calling the scenes these really funny names and totally blowing the actors off of their vibe right before the scene starts. It's funny. You should look at I'm sure there's a YouTube video compilation.
Behind the scenes?
Yeah. It's behind the scenes.
I want to find out who played Hitler.
Right? Yeah, I mean, he did a good job getting his fucking face mutilated.
Spoiler.
Yeah. I watched that recently, man.
Yeah.
In 30-minute increments over a week or so.
I think Tarantino should keep doing movies like that where they change history, but he should do one where they prevent 9/11.
Ooh, yeah. Doubt it.
By killing George W. Bush when he was a baby.
I think Osama bin Laden did it alone.
Aren't you going to welcome us to the show?
I mean, I was waiting for you to.
No, it's not my job.
It's not really anyone's job.
I'm geeked up off the nicotine.
Yeah.
Spiced up.
There you go. I like to start my these episodes as, unconsistently as possible.
Inconsistently.
Yeah, you're right. I'm a little geeked up myself on the cold brew.
Yeah?
Yeah. I made this a little bit later in the day than usual. I passed out on the couch as the family was getting ready for the YMCA because I was coming here. So I was sitting it out and I zonkered and then woke up.
Would you rather be here or with your family at the YMCA?
I mean, I'd always rather be with my family, but I like being here.
Hurts me when you say stuff like that, but it's okay.
I mean, there's not a whole lot of things. There's, even spearfishing. Well, I'll be spearfishing and I'll be thinking I
wish this fish was my child.
I can't wait till my kids can come do this with me.
Yeah. It's going to be a while.
Yeah. Riley was a funny thing. So Riley is loves swimming, will not properly swim where you take breaths. She will only hold her breath and swim.
Cool.
It's like what she thinks swimming is.
That's what's up.
Yeah. And she's really good at it.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
That is what swimming is.
No, I mean, there's a method of swimming.
You mean the one where you go,
yeah, freestyle? Yeah.
That shit is pussy.
That's what the Olympic people do.
No, they do other ones.
Yeah, but
backstroke.
Staying underwater the whole time is just her. That's how she gets around in the pool. It's pretty cool. It's pretty funny to watch.
I've never been able to do that one because I get water in my nose and I start coughing and I start crying and my mom has to come get me.
Still?
Yep.
Yeah, I bet that's adorable.
You don't like it. I had to wear nose plugs.
One time I saw you in the pool over at
what?
Jackson's old
birthday
party.
Well, I wasn't putting my face in the water. You may have noticed.
I did. You were just laying on a floaty.
Mm-hmm.
All just kicking back.
Enjoying myself.
Sausage partying.
Yeah.
That was a good one.
Yeah. I had it poking out.
Did you notice this scab on my eyeball? You gonna ask me about it?
What happened?
I got a big scab on my eyelid.
What happened?
I was working on a sink. It's a James's plumbing moment.
Great.
Fast forward 5 minutes if you know what's good for you. I was underneath the sink and I couldn't get
sprocket was detached from the percolator and
the plastic nut that was securing the soap dispenser, the old soap dispenser.
Yeah.
I could not reach it. And there was no way to reach it. So
you're trying to reach the nut. Pause.
Yeah. Dude. And I got out my saw, my little oscillating saw, and was cutting the plastic nut, and it burned. A piece of molten plastic fell onto my eyelid. And then
pretty nice that it didn't go in your eye, huh?
Yeah.
That happens to me all the time.
And then
shit hits me right here, there.
I went to swipe it off, laying under the sink, but it was actually, melted to my skin and wouldn't come off.
Yeah.
So I went to sit up to get it, because it was hurting real bad, but I didn't turn the saw off, the oscillating saw. So I just fucking maimed the underside of this guy's whole, I was trying to sit up and this saw was buzzing and cutting it was under the sink. Nobody, now everyone knows about it, but nobody would have known about it.
Is that the type of thing where you just don't point it out to the homeowner?
100%. Do you know what under your sink looks like? Nobody knows what under your sink looks like.
I know what kind of stuff I have down there. chemicals. They tell me not to drink them, but they look delicious.
Right? Why do they
make
so
it purple
delicious?
if it's not juice drink? My mom, I'm not capping, bought a big jug of Fabuloso for one of my little sister's birthday parties because she thought that it was juice drink.
It looks like juice drink.
And she goes, well, I don't know. It's in Spanish. Oh. It's Fabuloso. Love my mom. Shouts out, Mom.
Yeah, that's great. I'm with that story, dude.
She's such a
So
great
you
lady.
don't realize how much you rub your eyes, or I never realized how much I rub my eyes until I was ripped off a fucking scab every time I've gone to rub my eyes in the last 3 days.
Damn, bro.
It won't heal because I keep accidentally ripping it off. It's fucking pretty cool, man.
Why are you rubbing your eyes so much?
You know, you're just tired. You yawn during the day. Yeah, wah, crying because my life's so tough, you know? Basically crying because of Charlie Kirk. And also crying because of the border crisis.
I'm so tuned out. I don't know what's going on.
I'm just kidding. I don't either.
Man.
Dude, so One Battle After Another, Zing, we both watched it. It's fucking 9 out of 10 at the least, I think. Right?
Yeah, I would say so.
But, you know, there's a friend of mine who's a bit of a chode who posted this huge thing on Facebook. He likes to post poems on Facebook from time to time. He's one of those people. And he chose to use this movie, One Battle After Another, as an opportunity to make a stance, to make a comment on his stance on the border situation. And I feel like maybe missed the whole point of the movie doing this.
Can you read the poem?
No. Well, this one isn't a poem. First of all, I was just telling you the type of, you know, Facebooker this person is that he.
So is he pro or anti-border?
Well, he's like, you know, pro freedom, like anti-border shit, anti-ICE. You know,
Respect.
Like a fuck Trump person.
Yeah.
A good friend, very good friend. But it was just funny that I took this film as to being like sort of using a popular subject just to tell a story, though, not to
it's
really
about characters.
Yeah, man. And I didn't fucking, you know, and obviously there's all this, you know, white supremacist backdrop, but he's totally ragging on those people. Like, what a clever way for their greeting to be Merry Christmas.
Yeah.
And they're
not portrayed as particularly like scary necessarily. They do seem to be nefarious and powerful. But they're kind of played as
brutally murder this poor fellow
as jokes
twice.
You know? I wouldn't call him a poor fellow.
I'm
a piece of shit. Well, let's hold off. I feel like we're gonna get too inside baseball. If you want to talk about the overarching political thing, they're portrayed as pretty goofy. The revolutionaries are also portrayed as pretty goofy. Would you not agree?
100%.
But they're also to write something like this. I feel like you have to know people like this because it's kind of affectionate. Where it's like, a lot of them are like disorganized stoners.
Oh yeah. So, the main character,
and they rat also. They flip on each other constantly.
Yeah.
Everybody in this movie that's like has the screws put to them ultimately ends up like giving up their compatriots.
The main character is totally Teresa's dad.
You think so?
Oh, no, 100%. Teresa does too. We just kept seeing, I made the comment early on. I was like, God damn, this guy's kind of like a Gary. And then she just kept seeing shit that he does.
Yeah.
And just like little idiosyncrasies, not being a revolutionary. But, you know, Gary's a very like socially aware person.
Yeah.
And he's also like just generally speaking pretty discombobulated.
Yeah.
It's fucking so great, bro. And what a weird choice. You read this script, whose brain goes to Leo? I don't think anyone, but it ends up being perfect.
Yeah.
That says a lot about Leo, but also like what a great like choice, I think, because I don't know. The guy
he's had some roles before where he gets to be kind of a mess, kind of shambolic. Like the end of The Aviator, that type of thing.
Even Rick Dawson.
Yeah, I was about to say, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, he's kind of like this guy. But he is, the thing with him is he inhabits this person so fully that 15 minutes into the movie, I'm not looking at it like, wow, Leo's doing a great job playing that guy. I'm like, this is the guy that I'm looking at. Which is fantastic.
He does do a great job at that. It's something about he must not have an actual identity.
And I know
of his own.
Kind of along with what you're saying about your experience watching it, and it's like, oh, this is like Teresa's dad. I know people like this also.
Yeah.
Who are, very, very socially leftist and have, great morals about stuff. And they're kind of discombobulated and they smoke too much weed.
Yeah, and they're just like
and they have trouble actually accomplishing a lot of stuff. But I have a lot of affection for them.
And they're very genuine.
It just cracked me the fuck up the whole time. And I was watching it in this theater of people who I think were like, this is a serious political film. And it's like, it is a comedy.
Oh, it's 100%.
It's very funny.
What's funny is the Facebooker in question is very similar to the main character. He's a guy I grew up with, and we actually lived together. We had an apartment together, and he was just a mess guy, but like a poet and just like a really intelligent person, like the most interesting person at the dinner party.
Sure.
But, his car really smells badly.
Yeah. It's got roach holes burnt into his clothes.
Dude, there's just so much about the movie that I couldn't, I started taking notes immediately. Oh, we had another Wire alum in the film. One of our people is Avon Barksdale. The guy that played Avon Barksdale is one of the, revolutionaries. The black fellow.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought that was the RZA.
No, that's Avon Barksdale, dude. Whatever that guy's name is. 100% name. 100%. Avon Barksdale, dude.
Yeah, I guess you're right. I thought that he was, no, he's in the RZA is in this movie. Maybe the other guy is too. Let me do a quick.
Where's the RZA?
The RZA was like one of the main guys.
Yeah, Wood Harris, Laredo. Wood Harris is his name.
Okay. Maybe the RZA is not in this movie. Maybe I'm tripping.
So, yeah, the main...
Sean Penn.
Okay. Yeah. What about Sean Penn?
Who's gangster.
Was incredible.
The RZA is in a new movie called One Spoon of Chocolate. I thought he was in this movie because it started with one.
So
which, by the way, yum yum.
Steely Dan is one of the greatest classic rock bands, in my opinion.
Not a fan. Don't know very many songs by them. Reelin' in the Years, probably the only one.
But I like their music. I might have a couple records downloaded or a greatest hits or something. But in my opinion, using dirty work in a film is incredible choice. They did it in that movie American Hustle too, because they're talking about in American Hustle, they're talking about who's the artist, the saxophone player, the Duke Ellington, and they talk about this Duke Ellington record where the first note on the album is every instrument at once. And that's how dirty work starts. It starts the organ, the drums, the guitar, and the voice all start at the same time. It's just such a fucking cinematic music. And to use it to like cover an interlude, like a time stretch, right? Where they do the 16 years and then it's that Steely Dan song. And the thing about old PTA is he plays songs out. He doesn't chop them up.
Let it run for a
he
minute.
makes the film to the music. I've learned like he doesn't manipulate the song.
That opening scene in Boogie Nights, the whole super long shot to Best of Your Love is
it's fucking incredible, dude.
Yeah.
And I just using dirty work to the introduction of the 16-year-old of daughter and then the new life that's everyone's fucking mess. I was just like super stoked about that, man. I was like hyped.
Yeah, I think
this movie had me so fucking.
Me too. I think too many people got kind of wrapped up in the politics of it. I think if you want to look at like who Paul Thomas Anderson is as a person, he's more sympathetic to these revolutionaries than he is to the white supremacists, obviously.
Yeah.
But it's at the same time, it's not a movie that's like glazing revolutionaries. If you look at like what they're able to accomplish, not much. And also, she kills a security guard who I think it's a pointed choice to make this a black security guard that Perfidia shoots. Also, the names. So this is based on a Thomas Pynchon novel, but the characters are not named the same way. And it's also very loosely based on the Thomas Pynchon novel, which is called Vineland. It seems like this is new info for you.
Yeah, because it's written for the screen by Paul Thomas Anderson. I
Yes,
mean,
sir.
the closing credits is written
It's
and
inspired
directed.
by
I got
Vineland.
you. Yeah.
But her name is Perfidia.
Yeah, what's that?
The word perfidious means like dishonest and deceitful. Who would name their daughter that?
Yeah.
It's pretty wild. And then just the guy being named Steve Lockjaw.
Yeah, I thought
Like, all the names except for maybe like Tim Smith is one of the guys' names, but they're very.
Dude.
Thomas Pynchon always names his characters things like Hubert Slothrop and things like this, like these crazy names.
Where's Sean Penn been, dude?
I don't know. He was interviewing El Chapo.
He looks great.
He looks old and shitty.
It's very fit.
Sure, yeah. Well, he's playing a Marine. He's very vascular in this movie.
65 years old, this guy.
I wanted to read a review by Dr. Umar.
Yeah, I mean, he looks kind of weird because of his hairdo and the look on his face. But Sean Penn nails it. That walk that the guy has.
Yeah,
the Napoleon complex walk.
They really show how short he is.
Yeah,
a lot of movies they'll obfuscate that.
No, even the final scene with him, he puts his feet on the desk and you see the lifts.
And she points it out.
Well, that's before. But I'm saying the scene where he gets gassed, he puts his feet up on the desk and you see the lifts for real.
Do you know who Dr. Umar is?
No.
Dr. Umar is like a black revolutionary type guy. He's very opposed to
White people?
race mixing and yes, white people in general.
Okay.
His at one point he was going to start a school, but it didn't really come together. But he basically like posts videos where he's my brothers and sisters, like very socially consciously commenting on this stuff. You would probably recognize him. I'll zoom in on this so you can see. This is Dr. Umar.
Okay, I recognize this.
This is his review of the movie, and I love his review. I may have to do a movie review on this one. A must-watch for revolutionaries and bunny hoppers alike. The fact that the movie released on the same day as Queen Mother Assata Shakur's passing has me thinking that this may have been an attempt to desecrate her image in the eyes of revolutionaries with false narratives of irresponsible motherhood, promiscuous bunny hopping, and snitching to the feds. My sister Tiana Taylor did a great job and should have been in the movie more. Way too much bunny hopping going on. Almost had me ready to walk out of the theater. I said to myself, if she kisses one of these Neanderthals one more time, I'm leaving. This movie helped me appreciate the contribution and spirit of true revolutionaries, as well as the unique challenges of my mixed-race African brothers and sisters. Easily one of the best movies thus far this century.
Oh, nice. This century.
So he was enraged by the bunny hopping, which is what he calls race mixing.
Black women with white men, sounds like.
Typically, he's applying it to black men with white women, but in this case, yes, she's bunny hopping because he's talking about snow bunnies, but Leo is a white snow bunny.
Yeah, the opening scene with her and Sean Penn is fucking hilarious, dude.
The whole thing is so funny.
And she's like, "Yeah, get that dick up."
Get that dick up, and that this creates this like sexual fascination in him that he just can't. That's like driving. That scene is the impetus for the rest of the movie. You know,
it really is. Yeah,
her decision to force him to get a boner, which pretty impressive.
He produces on command, no hands, no nothing.
That could, if you're, I wouldn't have worked for me.
No,
I can't just snap my fingers
with
and
a
make
gun
it appear.
pointed at you. I thought that was like, yeah.
Actually,
yeah,
I might have. Yeah, maybe.
Maybe that has something to do with him too. You know, he's got this sort of complex going on. It seems like
interesting
because
I hadn't considered the gun element
in the scene that they share together in the hotel room. I mean, obviously, eventually they do, perform, actual, intercourse, but the visual is him being taken from behind.
Yeah, I think it's implied that she maybe puts the gun in his butt.
Yeah.
Speaking of Tiana Taylor, who plays Perfidia, smoke show.
I don't think so.
Oh, she's beautiful.
I feel
she
like
has very strong features.
Yeah,
and
face
she
looks
has
like a fish, kind of.
I like that. She's very distinctive looking, and then obviously the body's insane.
Yes, very attractive.
She was in the
body.
music video for "Fade" by Kanye West. You may recall, where she's just doing this crazy dance number and just looking.
I don't know music videos very well anymore.
So hot.
But I didn't think so. I could see how that was considered that she was attractive. Her face was too masculine.
Well, I think it's good casting because she looks like a very distinctive, like
she looks like a revolutionary.
Woman. Yeah, absolutely.
She does. There's a line in it where her mom is like, "She's a runner and you're a stump." How's that going? And I was like, man, that's a good fucking.
What makes you think you are in any way qualified to be with my daughter? And he just goes, me? So let's kind of, so I didn't take notes because I was just enjoying the theater experience. But if we can go through it kind of chronologically, it opens with them.
I did my typical.
It opens with them bombing this ice camp, releasing all these people, putting them on this truck.
Yeah, Avon Barksdale.
And I wanted to ask you, the implication that I drew from it is then their Ghetto Pat, which is Leonardo DiCaprio's character.
He's got a bunch of names, right?
Ghetto Pat, the Bomberman, Rocket Man, that sort of stuff.
Rocket Man, yeah.
He sets off this diversionary slew of fireworks, basically. That's his role in this whole thing. And then he ends up in the back of a car with Perfidia, with Tiana Taylor, who seems to be like the leader of the revolutionaries. And yes, she has this scene where she gets Sean Penn at gunpoint. She says, "Get your dick hard. Get it up. Get it up for me right now." And he gets it up, and then she's like, "Keep that dick hard," and like locks him up with the rest of the folks. And he's the commander of this base. His name is Steve Lockjaw.
That scene, I'm just grinning so hard. There's
I was like,
so
I get what kind of movie this is. It's going to be like kind of surreal, and weird. And I'm not supposed to be like, oh my god, like taking it too fucking seriously.
And,
you know?
but you have to know that people are going to when you're making it, right? Like,
I don't think he cares.
Yeah, that's true.
I think he's making it for the people that get it.
Yeah, he's making it from
and it's entertaining regardless of whether you get the humor. It's fucking entertaining. It's thrilling.
And they also, something that him and Tarantino, they share a lot of likeness as far as their point of view on the purpose of filmmaking and things like that. And I've heard them say, Tarantino, I've heard in a speech, and Paul Thomas Anderson not so much, but make the movie that no one's seen before.
Sure.
And that's, I mean, I haven't seen anything like this.
Yeah, I think he pulled that off.
Yeah.
But so Ghetto Pat ends up at the back of this car with Perfidia.
And then Jungle Pussy's out the window firing rounds up in the air.
Jungle Pussy is another black lady that's in their crew. And Perfidia, I need to go rewatch this with subtitles, but she starts saying something to Pat where she's like, "Oh, you like black girls, huh?"
Yeah.
And she starts making out with him. And I think it's implied that that's like the beginning of their relationship. That she just kind of jumps him in the back. That she's like horny from doing this revolution.
I can see that. I can see that up until that point, he's kind of been like trying to win her affection by being her guy.
Maybe, but I also think he's just kind of like this passive dude, and she's like, I kind of like Ghetto Pat, and she just jumps him.
And then he also comes out of pocket in the end and starts screaming all this, lingo that I don't think was like part of their plan. Because he throws that smoke bomb and then starts saying, "We are blah 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 blah."
French
blah.
75.
Yeah, and all that.
Viva la Revolution. Which they're named that. French 75 is a cocktail. Did you know that?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, it's a cocktail. They end up hooked up, and there's another scene where they're setting off another bomb to like shut down the electrical grid, and she wants to like fuck while the bomb's going off.
Yeah, she's a freaky.
Which is very funny. Well, she's horny about the revolution.
Yeah, well, I guess it's coming into question is she mentally stable or not?
I don't know. It's kind of your call on that. I would say no.
No. And anyway, she gets caught up with this Lockjaw while she's doing because
he captures her.
DiCaprio is trying to teach her how to wire the bomb, and she's like, "Yeah, that's cool. Let's sex."
Yeah, she wants to fuck.
I thought that was going to lead to an accidental discharge. I thought we were going to get some like limb blown off because she wasn't paying attention.
I think it was an intentional discharge.
And he basically blackmails her and says, if we do the hanky panky, you get to keep being a fucking revolutionary.
He catches her putting this bomb in the ceiling of this courthouse.
Yeah.
And he's like, meet me at this motel. And so then she shows up there. She's pointing the gun all in his face and stuff. And he's like so horned up and aroused by her. She turns him around and gets him up against the wall and then goes downtown with the gun. And he goes, "Ooh," which to me, she's either eating the butt or she's putting the gun in the butt. She's eating the butt to lube it up and then getting the gun in there.
Ain't no eating no butt. That pussy don't pop for nobody, dude. I think in that moment, she gets into it. I think
You think she puts the gun in his butt?
and I think that she's having fun because
Who wouldn't?
she's murdering this guy if she's serious about being a revolutionary. She's murdering him. They're burying the body. You know what I mean? She's not true to the movement.
It's an example of her being not mentally stable.
Yeah.
The fact that she fucks this dude is pretty crazy.
She's like is turned on about it as
and lets him
impregnate.
inseminate her.
Yeah, inseminate.
Pretty disappointed by that. And I didn't clock that. At no point during the movie was I like, oh, this might be his kid until he brings up the subject himself.
Really?
No, I was like, oh, that's Ghetto Pat's baby.
No, as soon as I saw her pregnant, because they cut from the scene of the butt stuff to her with a fucking AK and a big belly.
I was not putting that together.
Oh man. Yeah. No,
I guess because I assumed that she just, penetrated his butt and maybe,
I almost read
flicked his
immediately
penis.
that what was going to happen happened. That what happened was that essentially like she's going to find out white boy's her dad, but she's still going to love DiCaprio's instead. And he'll be her dad anyway because he's really her dad.
Good for you. I did not peep it. I didn't peep it until they have the conversation later with the Christmas Adventures being like, he might have a multiracial child.
Yeah. And then, so like, that, and then we get reintroduced years later. Lockjaw's in the camp. He calls them, says there's some town. What do they call that town? They call it a place.
You're skipping a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, it's fine. We're not,
Perfidia goes to jail. They do a bank robbery.
Snitches on everyone.
They do a bank robbery and she shoots a black security guard during the bank robbery and then they all get caught. There's a pretty good car chase.
Yes.
There's a lot of good car chases in this movie.
Oh my fucking God.
The ending one is amazing.
The ending car chase, I've never seen.
The way it was shot was
filmmaking
spectacular.
like that.
Yeah.
I've never seen anything like that. And I've never been so, I probably have been, but it created a physical reaction.
Sure, it's almost nauseating.
Yeah, and it's just perfect. Oh my God, the going through the hills, the way that camera, I don't even know what he's doing, but
Perfidia has abandoned Pat and their baby girl Charlene in order to do these revolutionary activities. And then she goes into witness protection after they get captured. Lockjaw hunts down a lot of the comrades and he pops a lot of them just like on sight.
Popping them.
Yeah, he's just showing up and just shooting them, basically. Yeah. And the other ones go on the run. Pat and Charlene go into hiding, and they adopt these new names, Bob and Willa Ferguson. And Perfidia, for whatever reason, she's in witness protection, and they just put her up in this nice house, and nobody's fucking keeping an eye on her.
Yeah.
So this is a great scene. Lockjaw shows up with flowers and knocks on the door.
Ready to get boofed, dude.
When she doesn't answer the door, he knocks it in with a sledgehammer, with a battering ram.
He just keeps a battering ram.
He probably knew that he might need to do that and finds this note.
I just think it's funny that he's got one on fleek.
She leaves a note that says, "This pussy don't pop for you."
Yeah.
And we see her escape to Mexico. But yes, now flash forward 16 years. They're in the sanctuary city.
I'm a fool to do your dirty work.
Oh, yeah.
Such a great fucking song. If you're listening to this, turn this off and listen to that song right now.
It's a good tune. Yeah, Bob is I'm looking at the Wikipedia. It says he's a drug addict.
No, he's not.
He smokes a lot of weed and he seems to have a drinking problem.
Yeah, of course. But nothing needs to be. What he needs to do something about is this gay ass vaping he's doing. I have a note here that says vaping is a clear sign of emotional instability. So anytime I see someone vaping, the first thing I can think of is that their life is probably unmanageable.
I'm loose.
We're back.
A wicked wild.
James was saying that he thinks that vaping is actually cool.
Yeah, the coolest thing you can do.
It's a good behavior.
And so he's vaping in the movie. Holy shit, we lost some
footage.
Yes, and we're going to try to figure out how to get back on track. Oh, we could wild. Oh, dude, I was watching a video, totally unrelated to what we were talking about. Doesn't matter.
Sure.
I almost sent it to you because I thought it was hilarious. I just didn't want you to miss why I was sending it to you. And I didn't have time to describe. And it would have been funny if I described. It's a sniper. Okay, this really serious black guy with long hair.
Yes.
Who's a professional sniper going on describing the assassination on Charlie Kirk.
Okay.
And he is describing the hardware that, allegedly this Fitzpatrick person used or whatever. And he's addressing the theory of the next shot being intentional or not. Right. And he goes, and I'm telling you, this is a serious looking guy. This is not like a joke. Mm-hmm. He goes, a lot of people are proposing that Charlie Kirk was wearing body armor. But, unless, Charlie Kirk's body armor had nipples on it because you can see his nipples through his shirt. He says pause before he says some questionably gay shit. And he's like a fucking Navy SEAL or something, bro. It's so
mandatory. They teach you that in the SEALs to say pause if you have to say something sus.
I didn't realize that had made it like so thick into the common language to say pause.
Of course, man.
Yeah, that's pretty
Cameron
cool,
coined that.
Okay.
So I'm trying to see, you were talking about him vaping.
That's like when we first come back. I mean,
yes. So he's living in the sanctuary city.
And, he
may or may not be a drug addict, but he is a weed head.
And Sean Penn is being
invited to join the Christmas Adventurers Club,
which is a super hilarious, silly, but incredibly scary group of men that are white nationalists, seemingly attached to the highest levels of government is kind of the feeling that we get. Yeah.
And they are, because of this, Sean Penn now needs to get rid of Willa because she is evidence of his interracial relationship, which is one of the things that he acts about in his little interview to join the Christmas Adventurers. So he then captures, he sends this bounty hunter to capture this former member of the French 75 who does this radio broadcast. We wanted to give kudos to the dude who plays the guy who interrogates him and later interrogates these students at this school dance.
Whatever that actor's name, crushed.
He's not listed in the cast on Wikipedia, but he was incredible. He's very cold, but also conversational and not too, not overselling the character.
Yeah,
he seems like a real guy who would work for the military, who would do these types of intelligence finding things.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of fits the vibe too, like of, the Christmas people. They're kind of weird like that. They're not overwhelmingly.
Sure. They're not overdoing the evil.
James Ratterman is his name.
Very good.
He's got like 0 fucking credits.
Talk on the mic.
Pretty weird. He's got like 0 credits.
Well, he was a great casting find for this. But anyway.
Yeah, he does a great job. Good job, James.
Lockjaw Sean Penn dispatches these troops under the guise of an immigration and drug enforcement operation. Deandra Regina Hall rescues Willa from a school dance. And Lockjaw's men attack Bob's home. There's this great scene of him being like, he thinks they're coming, but he doesn't know, and he's smoking weed, and he's like, has a roach clip, and he's like, don't get paranoid, but he just continues to smoke weed.
Oh, dude, so I'm so glad that we rewound, because there was one of these moments that I didn't type this down either, and it totally made me think of you. So 3 people come to pick up the daughter for this dance.
Yeah.
And he grabs the boy that like knocks on the door.
Sure.
And he's all up in his shit. And he's being very forward with him. And he whispers to him, anything you do to her, I'm doing to your whole family.
Yeah.
The guy's like, what the fuck?
Which
is a line you've said to me before. Am I going to say that to my daughter's people or what?
He also calls all these Latino
essay.
He calls all of them homie and essay. He's confused about the pronouns of one of the people. So he is a progressive guy, but then
he's also just like
he slams the door after she goes out to hang out with him. And he goes, "Fucking freaks." He says retard at one point in the movie too.
Yeah. He's a progressive guy and he's a revolutionary, but he's not really
woke.
Yeah.
He's not caught up with all this woke stuff.
Not at all. He gets in an argument with a guy later on the phone when he's trying to find the radio.
You're threatening me. You're making me feel
noise
unsafe.
triggering me.
Yeah.
And he goes, what's your name? Comrade Josh. That's a stupid fucking name. You need a new name, Comrade Josh.
But yeah, we lost the part where we introduced
Benicio del Toro.
Do you want to elaborate on your theory again?
No, it was silly theory. and
Cool.
you know,
But he plays this community leader and karate guy who's also harboring a bunch of immigrants in his home.
who's just very calm about everything. Very
Throughout the movie, he's very calm.
Yeah.
So Bob seeks help from him after his house gets raided, and
as soon as this raid begins, or the scenes leading up to it, this piano music starts, this sort of jazz, background, and it's
very
not
disjointed. There's no like repeated thing that you can catch on to,
and it's not temporary. It lasts for at least 20 minutes. It's like a
Probably
very
pretty close,
long thing, and it just gives you this sort of unsettled emotional experience. He sends Bob to go, get his car on his own. He gives him a rifle, he gives him a car, and he sends him off with these skater kids that are parkouring across this town.
One of the funniest scenes in the movie.
Under siege. Yeah.
These kids gracefully leaping like three in a row over stuff. And DiCaprio struggling to like clamber over this shit as he's following
and
these
he
kids.
falls like 40 feet.
And then he like very suddenly just falls.
Yeah,
they jump over
the
a
phone calls.
thing and he just falls down through this tree.
The phone call's so funny. He calls Benicio. And he's like,
he fell like 40 feet, bro.
Yeah. He's like, your fucking guy fell, man, off a roof. It's like, what? He's like, I don't fucking know. He fell like 40 feet, hit a tree, and then got tased.
Yeah,
it's a fucking wicked scene, dude. He gets tased, and it's a really good shot too. It's that close up, and you can see the plastic sort of fish line in the shot, and then it overlays. It fades into, I guess, being in the jail
because these protests are popping off. We didn't mention that.
Yeah, the city's under siege. Oh, and they even show a scene where they put a plant. So there's the FBI on one side, and then there's all the protesters on the other side, and then someone gets on a walkie-talkie from the FBI side, and they're like, all right, send in Eddie Van Halen. And this guy in this fucking Ford Explorer or whatever rolls up, and this guy in a Van Halen t-shirt gets out of it,
like a fake Antifa guy.
Yeah, with Molotov cocktail, and so he instigates real violence. He runs to the front of the line, lights a Molotov, and throws it. And basically, what they're showing is he has now made it okay for the FBI to return fire, and which has been proven to have happened in a number of occasions.
Yeah, they do false flags.
Yeah, it's fucking nuts, dude. And that's all it takes is one guy to run. It reminded me of Eddington.
Yeah.
It reminded me of Eddington a lot.
That's an interesting comparison point for this movie, and we should talk about that later in terms of like how you would compare them.
Yeah. Well, this to me felt more like a Coen Brothers movie than any other Paul Thomas and Anderson movie. I mean, There Will Be Blood gave me Coen Brothers vibes too, but just, I don't know, something about like this.
This is so epic and ultimately kind of heartwarming.
Yeah.
It didn't have the kind of like cynical edge that a lot of those movies have to me.
Well, I guess that's a good point. It just kind of felt, epic. It felt big like a Coen Brothers movie. It felt, and just the sort of, the camera work in the end reminded me of subtle camera effects that have a big effect.
Yeah.
But anyway, so yeah.
Bob gets captured.
He gets thrown in jail. He's throwing a fit, just like a good, drug addict. He's yelling at the police for arresting him. He is.
Come on, man.
He's angry at everybody, sleeping on the floor. And turns out that these people that work in this system are all about letting people slip through the cracks. Right?
And I think they're all friends with Sergio.
Oh, there probably are.
As part of the implication.
That is what, because one of the greatest fucking scenes in this movie is he gets, she's like, are you a diabetic? And she's nodding at him. And he's like, yes. And she's like, you didn't take your insulin, huh? And she's shaking her head. He's just like following these prompts along. And he gets put in a hospital bed. She whispers into his ears, hey, you're going to fucking go out this door, take a left, go down the stairs. And he's like, right now? She's like, yeah, right now.
And so Sergio's waiting for him.
Sergio pulls up with a Modelo, right? He's got a 6-pack of Modelo cans, and he does a selfie when he gets in the car, and they're cracking beers, dude. It's, oh my God, if you aren't jumping for fucking joy during this scene, you don't have a soul, man.
It's about real ass bros.
It really is. Hey, Teresa and I were fucking loving it. It's one of those moments in a film you could just like live in. I get
Yeah.
excited thinking about it, man. It was great, dude. I thought it was a fucking wonderful scene.
Yeah, and I also just love that Sergio, like, he remains very calm through this whole movie, but he's also orchestrating all this stuff. Like, he's saving people's lives. He's getting these immigrants
the
out.
baddest motherfucker.
Yeah.
Dude, you could do a whole conversation about, and he maybe has 15 minutes of screen time.
Yeah.
It's not a huge role.
No.
But all the way to the point of when he's being interrogated by the police later, sort of doing the sober walk or whatever, he's like shaking his butt a little bit.
Yeah.
Dan's smiling. And how many, what have you had today? A few small beers.
I had a few small beers. Yeah.
I fucking love that shit, dude.
We see that Deandra, they bring Willa to this convent of these revolutionary nuns.
That all cuss like sailors and smoke weed and are just,
This is another thing, like, very surreal.
yeah.
Not a real place.
No. Very sucker punch.
And that's where she finds out that her mom
A
was a
comic book.
motherfucking rat, dude.
Yeah.
The head mother of the convent is like, I wonder if you're a rat like your mama, basically.
And she says, the baby of a rat is a rat, and you need to be checked. She's like, you're a fucking poisonous. You are spawn of a rat. Like,
Yeah.
she tells her some dirty ass shit, dude. She's not playing around.
Very mean.
Yeah.
But also, I think Perfidia probably screwed her and a bunch of other people over,
Yeah, well. But I think, dude, you know what's funny, man, is I hadn't really, I guess, come to the observation that these types of people always fucking snitch on each other.
Happens a lot. Happens with the mafia, too.
Yeah. But just, this group in particular, not necessarily the toughest bunch of folks when it comes down to
Sure.
it. Yeah, man.
And you have to keep in mind also, like, Perfidia diming on these people led to multiple of them just getting shot and dying,
Yeah, well, and it's pretty fucking hilarious too that, being a rat is like the most hated thing in the, sort of counterculture of illegal lifestyle, but everybody does it. Every single,
A lot of people do, yeah.
No, man, what the fuck is his name? American Gangster. That's a real dude, man. Frank Frank Lucas snitched the entire mafia out, bro. Like, that is a real thing. Anybody looking at life with a real way out is pointing fingers, dude. Anybody that goes to prison behind that's fucking stupid anyway.
Well, it's the prisoner's dilemma.
Yeah, well, dude, everyone in that game's out for themselves anyway. To act like there's some sort of loyalty amongst thieves is ridiculous. It's not real.
There's no honor.
These are the most selfish people to ever live. That's why they're in the, position that they're in.
Yeah.
But anyway,
A lot of them.
all, philosophy aside.
These folks, I mean, they're trying to do something good. At least they believe they are.
They do.
To begin with.
Yeah.
But then when their families and friends are threatened.
So, I know we don't do it very much on the podcast, but it does make me think, because I don't ever really think about what my thoughts are on immigration, and I'm kind of, when I'm thinking about it last night, I'm like, maybe I'm too much of a hippie at heart, but this is one issue that I don't really get worked up about. Like, I'm just like, to me, more people, like, there's just as many psycho white people as there are psycho brown people. So, like,
Sure.
more people just means more, like, it's not like there's a super limited amount of supplies. Yeah, there is a finite amount of food, but in today's world, really not so much. You can, like, food.
No, that's not the issue.
Yeah, so it's like, it's not like these people are destroying our resources. And if anything, most of the ones I know, and I know being in construction management for years before I was a plumber, I know very closely, tons of illegal immigrants who do nothing but produce. I mean, really, and maybe they drink a little too much. Maybe they're kind of gross dudes or whatever. But it's like they're not like robbing people. Most of them are working their fucking asses off.
Sure.
And producing things.
Well, the argument is that by having this influx of labor that you don't have to pay fair wages to, that exerts downward pressure on the wages for everybody else. So then people who are born in America and don't graduate high school, et cetera, can't get a job roofing because all the jobs are being taken by illegals. Or the ones that do get a job roofing get paid crap because they're competing with illegals.
But what I've seen happen because I know that argument very well. I
don't necessarily agree with. I think that we should just
See, what I see happens
pay everybody a fair
is
wage.
the rising tide raises all ships. So like these people come in. This is what I've seen happen in 20 plus years of being in construction. It used to be, Latino born people in the field were showing up to the jobs either in beat up old pickup trucks or in the back of like these school buses and shit. The vehicles slowly got nicer. Okay. And now it's their vehicles. They'll be like a roof used to be a fucking cargo van with like 8 guys. And now it's like 6 nice pickup trucks. And I was running a roofing company for like 2 or 3 years. And yes, primarily, Latino people were more affordable, but A, it still was expensive. And B, like these people were not, like hurting. They were doing well. What had happened is their value had been becoming recognized, right? Like, yeah, maybe at first, maybe there's this, and I mean, I'm not building skyscrapers and I'm not hiring, 30 block masons a day or whatever. I'm on a very small scale, but I definitely saw the quality of the interaction go up. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I never, I don't know. And maybe I just like kind of enjoy other cultures too. So I always I love trying to like break the language barrier with people. I always think I have a lot of fun learning like cuss words and learning like how to communicate with these people and going to their houses and eating with them.
Yeah.
And being a sober guy, I would still give them beer and shit. Like that's how when they finish a job, I'd buy them like cases of beer and stuff. But I just like on the whole issue as a whole, like illegal immigration and all this, I'm just like, how is more people a serious problem? I guess there's some like ramifications on like a grand scale when you just, but why? Well, like, why aren't people just like people? Like, what does it matter? You know what I mean? Like, why? I don't know. I struggle to understand like the value of,
I don't want to explain the counter argument to this because it's going to make it sound like I agree with it.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of counter arguments to that.
There are, and I should probably,
But one that I think is pretty like compelling to me and that doesn't make me sound like a Nazi is that it's bad for the countries that they come from to have all of their like working age males leave.
Yeah. Well,
brain drain. There's more Ethiopian doctors in Chicago than there are in Ethiopia.
Yeah, true that. Well, but how's that bad for America?
It's not. It's bad for the globe, and it just creates more and more immigration and less like cohesion within the countries that they come from.
I guess this is a pretty big topic to try to tackle and understand. I mean, I
just kind of busted it open.
I mean, I just had some thoughts. I was just like, boss. I just had some thoughts, and I was just thinking about like, man, dude, I never really, I heard about it. I stay out of the shit. I truly do. I know a lot of people say they stay out of it. And I just, when it comes to that particular issue, I have not had any dialogue, like zero. And I don't know. I thought it'd be a good opportunity to sort of dig into it.
I love Latinos.
Fuck yeah, bro.
They're great.
There's
an interesting element of this also is that the more left side of the political spectrum is typically in favor of like pass to amnesty or of just, unchecked immigration as a whole. That's fantastic. Those people are conservative. Like when they come here, a lot of them are not voting Democrat.
Yeah, that's true.
Especially in the last election, it shifted a lot in that direction. And you'll see a lot of people who come here legally or who are like second or third generation removed from maybe someone who came over illegally. They do not like illegal immigration.
Yeah, well,
there's a lot of Latinos that a lot of are citizens, which means they vote and they get pulled on this stuff, and they're like, "No, you got to do it the way that I did it."
That is a good point. That there are people that have gone through a lot in order to obtain their citizenship, and I sort of sit on this, privileged perch of having just been born into my citizenship. I didn't have to work for it at all, so it's hard for me to see the value in it. Other than like, I sort of innately recognize that being an American citizen is granted me a pretty fucking baller life. You know what I mean? But, and you see that when you just go to other countries and see how like basic utilities are not as, prevalent as they are.
I will say in Italy, they had a public sparkling water fountain. I was like,
Really?
God damn, we need that in America.
It's the different things that matter there, huh? Public sprinkling.
I mean, Italy is a first world country, though.
What is a naturally sparkling spring?
No.
There are those, by the way. Don't look at me like
There's
that.
naturally carbonated water?
Yes.
Where?
It's in the fucking there's naturally carbonated springs.
I'll believe you.
Okay, naturally carbonated springs. Here we go. Try to regale our listeners while I search this because it's the fucking truth. Dude.
I will say, when I went to get my haircut at a Dominican barbershop, there was a guy there who did not speak any English, had a giant tattoo of the American flag and the Statue of Liberty. And I was like, that guy loves America way more than a lot of people that were born here. Like people that come here from Honduras and they get to America and they go to like AMC movie theater, they're like, fuck yes, dude, I made it.
Yeah.
And they have an appreciation for what we have that I think people born and raised here don't get. Where they're like, oh my God, I came from a town where we farmed dirt and now I'm in like, I fucking made it. And this is a great country to live in for most people.
Hooper Springs National Park is noted for its picturesque scenery and its cold, naturally carbonated water spring.
Okay, I was wrong.
Okay. No, you know where you see that? They exist because of CO2 gas. Soda Springs in Idaho. That's the one I went to, is the Idaho one.
And you were sipping straight out the spring?
No, you get in it.
And it's bubbly?
Yeah, it's effervescent.
Ooh,
yeah.
that would feel so good, bro.
Yeah, we were doing a movie
Fill the tub up with some
That might have
LaCroix.
been, no, that wasn't the last time. There's one in Colorado, Manitou Springs. So it bubbles up from the earth. It's from CO2, bro. That's fucking bad, dude. I knew this was a real thing. Saratoga in New York is a real place. Mm-hmm. You know, the Saratoga bottled water, right? But that's actual real place, Saratoga State Park.
I was wrong.
You see this thing that you're talking about, this phenomenon with British people, expats that live here now that are fucking hardcore Americans, right wing. And also
Britain sucks.
Yeah, oh, dude. And they're going through it right now. But also what you're talking about, like these immigrants that come that are conservative, a lot of Latino countries, devout Catholics.
Yeah, for sure.
Fucking
that's a huge element of that.
Anti-homosexual, like they
have 14 kids.
Yeah, they do not share these sort of like principle, moral things that your typical white liberal, opinionaed.
Well, it's different morals.
Yeah, but they also, I mean, they're pro-choice, and I don't. I don't know a lot of Spanish people that are down with the old Smorshman clinic, dude. Like, it's just not a thing. Yeah,
there's a really good. I'm going to describe a meme, which is a very corny thing to do, but it's.
You love it when I do it, bro.
It shows it's like a young hipster Latino girl on the left, and she's got like a nose ring, and it says, "We are the daughters of the witches you couldn't burn," which was like this feminist slogan that they had for a while. And then on the right, it says like "Su abuela," her grandmother. And it's this like old lady with her house just completely filled with crosses. And she says, "Mickey Mouse es satanico."
What the fuck?
It's like, yeah, they're like, I come from a long line of like feminist witches or whatever. It's like your grandma, hates the Antichrist. So, returning to the film, the Christmas adventurers find out about Willa, or at least about this relationship. They find out Jungle Pussy snitched.
So open, daytime, suburban neighborhood. Porsche rolls up in a brick roundabout driveway out front of a sort of
this was cool,
modest Victorian house. Like not modest, but not crazy opulent looking. Sort of like a Southern living house. Walks in, goes downstairs, and it's like Area 51 tunnels down there.
Crazy.
Shit is so fucking cool, bro. This guy's just walking in this oval corridor with doors everywhere. Walks into this. What is this room? Like, what does this room remind you of? Yeah, there's like ducks on the wall, you know, and like
looks like a place where rich white people hang out.
super country clubby.
Yeah.
Like regal carpeting and leather sofas. And they're just, what are they doing in there? They're just sitting there talking, just hanging out. Very mafioso, right?
And
But
they get introduced. Most of them have weird names. One of the guys is just so old and ugly looking,
Yeah.
and he doesn't chime in until later in the conversation. I can't remember what he says, but
he's obviously the
Yeah.
HNIC there.
yes,
Yeah.
and they're all racist, and they're basically like, Tim, who's the guy that we see pulling up in the Porsche, you need to make this clean.
We should be able to eat off the floor.
Yeah,
You do it so clean. Yeah.
basically saying, well, we find out what that means later.
Yeah. I mean, you figure he's being sent to all.
I didn't know what the deal was, but
Yeah. I mean,
and then wonderful scene. They're in the convent. Willa's there with Deandra, and Deandra's like, "Do you hear something?" She's like, "Shh," and gets up. And so you think that it kind of sets it up where you're like, "Oh well, we're gonna see Deandra get snatched or whatever," but instead you just see through this window like, boom, there's troops. They're walking in, and they grab Willa. Lockjaw Sean Penn puts a swab in her mouth and tests her DNA.
he's
with
got
this,
a
like,
little on-site briefcase DNA test, which
Those
I
are
thought
real?
was pretty. Is that?
Yep.
I was like, God damn, dude, that's crazy. I thought you needed a laboratory.
Yeah. And
What do you call the thing that spins?
centrifuge.
Centrifuge. Yeah, it's got a little miniature centrifuge in it. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
And their back and forth is great.
Oh, yeah. Their dialogue is incredible. During their thing, for whatever reason, realized in my head that they were acting for some reason. And it was just like, holy fuck, this is incredible.
Everybody's so good in this that you don't think about that.
Yeah. I'm not sure why. I think I was just thinking too deep.
Look like Sean Penn to me also. I think
No.
about Sean Penn as like long hair Spicoli guy, and him being this severe dude like that. Just totally
like,
different.
Moves his hips when he walks, you know,
Yeah.
like his shoulders and everything, and does all
So
this.
freaky and weird.
He fucking crushes it.
Says crazy stuff. I'm trying to remember exactly the things he says in this scene, but
Yeah, just a lot of fucked up things.
he calls her a witch or something.
Yeah, but he's also sort of like, you know, when he puts her in the car, he says something horrible. He's like, I wish it could have been different. You know, if you would have just had some manners.
Maybe if you had some manners, things could have been different between us. But no, he finds out that she is his bio daughter, and so he's like, I got to get rid of her.
He can't do it himself.
Can't do it himself. And the bounty hunter that he used previously is like, I don't do kids. So he has him go drop her off with these. What do you think this group of guys is?
Oh, man. They are.
Like a militia?
Yeah. Well, or they're just a sect of his squad, you know?
But I think they're clearly like off the books.
Probably doing some off the book shit. Yeah.
But it's this like weird clubhouse that has these, very tatted up guys in fatigues.
Couldn't fucking wait for that guy to get murdered. And I knew
He's an
as
asshole,
soon as
and he
we
was
met
racist.
him.
Yeah.
Well, as soon as we met him, okay, he's got relentless tattooed across his forehead. He's got his long stomach length red beard braided in two places. I was just like, I'm going to love it when this dude gets murdered.
Yeah.
And they didn't
This
show
kind
it
of operator special.
Yeah, you
special
could just tell
forces
he's
guy.
fixing to get killed, and I kind of figured it was going to be this because this transporter character has been introduced, and once a character, in my opinion, has that much of a backstory or that much of like where he refuses to kill her because he says he doesn't do kids, you start to know who this person is,
And it's stated that he passes for Mexican, but that he's part Native American.
It's leading towards something.
Part Indian.
I just knew that he had an arc. That he now had an arc. So I figured that was going to happen. He murders those people. I was just hoping for that fucking douchebag to get it like real good, dude.
But yeah, aboutThe, which is
It's got this chromed out fucking sawed off shotgun too.
Pretty badass.
Yeah, that gun's bad, dude.
He drops Willa off to these mercenary guys, and he is kind of sitting in his car, and we see Willa. I really like that. The guys keep going into the house next to her where she's tied up
and
cuffed.
not acknowledging.
They don't say anything to her.
Acknowledging her, but
It's
one of
just
them's
that
gassing
feeling-
up a boat.
Yeah, and it's that feeling of like if you like being at a police station type of thing where nobody's like saying hello to you or whatever. And you're just like, God,
you're not a
God
person.
damn it, I fucking hate these people, you know?
Yeah. And they're not going to acknowledge you because they don't want you to be a person. You're just a number to them.
Yeah. And they're basically preparing to take her out on the lake and dump her body.
Yeah.
And she's gradually getting more and more freaked out about this. But then Avanti's sitting in the car and he's like staring and he's like, I don't like this. So he gets out the shotty.
Changed my mind.
Goes back. Blah,
blah, blah, chock, chock, blah, blah.
Shoots everybody, but he gets shot himself also.
Yeah, we find out when she comes back over.
She kind of ingeniously frees herself, runs over to his car, and then comes back.
By the way, this whole time...
Great gun handling. Clearly Ghetto Pat trained her up because she knows what to do with a firearm.
Also, since she's at the dance, up until now, an hour's worth of film, maybe more, in a denim jacket and what do you call this type of skirt? It's like a
Not
princess.
Like a tutu.
Tutu, like a knee-length tutu and boots. She's just in a really cool outfit. She's like this, and there's a scene in the nunnery where she's kickboxing on this damn punching bag, beating the dog shit out of this thing. But she's dressed like Riley. She's dressed like my 5-year-old, dude. This is literally what my kid dresses like.
We also skipped this, but the scene where the same interrogator guy is talking to her classmates to figure out, like, to get them to give her number up. None of them flip, except the non-binary guy, unfortunately. But like, I liked that they show them all going,
Yeah.
that they're all
like, I don't know who you're
looking
talking
out
about.
for her. Yeah.
Yeah, the non-binary guy does flip.
The guy that Leo intimidates at the door of his house has a great line where the interrogator guy is like, why are you playing with me, man? Do I look like your parents? And he goes, kind of.
Yeah, that was a good one.
There's a lot of these very good non sequiturs, but Smith, the guy that we saw going and meeting the other Christmas adventurers, pulls up next to Lockjaw and goes,
roll down your window.
Like, what does this nice white man in this nice car want from me? Rolls his window down, and Smith,
yeah, another sawed off.
Yeah,
and
blasts him in the head.
The shot is from the passenger seat. The camera is on the passenger seat. And it's this very quick but brutal seeming scene. Like, it's interesting how it's vague but also feels painful. And then the car flips off. You just get the impression this dude's definitely dead.
I was like, no, he's gonna make it.
I mean, until and the whole time, so DiCaprio has
he's trying to track down
hot-wired this little race car.
He gets dropped off by Benicio del Toro.
It looks like a little purple Hot Wheel Honda Civic.
He does like a roll out of the car.
Yeah.
And then, steals his car.
He's supposed to roll on 4.
He's too scared.
So Benicio jukes him and he falls out. What a good scene. And the whole time, DiCaprio's wearing the damn, like a plaid robe. And he's got this Fu Manchu mustache, and he's got these sunglasses, like Ray Charles, like old lady sunglasses, these big black sunglasses that have the rim around them, so the sun can't get.
He looks crazy.
It's incredible. And he hotwires this car. And so in every scene that he's in, he pulls up, the audio is this like rice burner.
Yeah.
It's really funny.
I forget how he figures out that Lockjaw has her. Oh, he goes to the nunnery, and as Lockjaw's taking Willa out, he tries to snipe him. He tries to shoot him with the rifle.
Dude, and the camera.
And then they blow. They almost kill him. They shoot back at him.
Dude, and the camera is in the car with the young girl, and
you think maybe he got hit,
bro. They give you the feeling for a half a second and then he steps into frame, and you're like, oh fuck, he didn't get shot.
Yeah.
And then they start fucking unloading on Leo, and it becomes obvious that he's in over his head. He's fired a 30-06 rifle from 100 feet away, a bolt action rifle at a fucking small army, all fully auto guns, and they're just like lighting his ass up, dude. It's funny.
But so now he's like, okay, Lockjaw's got my daughter. He doesn't see Lockjaw make the handoff, so he comes across the crashed car, and he's like, oh, thank God Willa's not there. But he's like, where the hell is she?
And he's poking at the dead body of fucking Lockjaw.
Supposedly dead.
Yeah,
Yeah.
supposedly half face, no fucking face, all this.
Has
And
been
so-
shot in the head and in a horrible
And
car
then
wreck.
this chase ensues where you have
Willa is now driving the bounty hunter's car.
a Hellcat, a white Hellcat.
Yep.
And then there's a Mustang 5.4.
Damn, I couldn't tell you what any of these cars are.
Yeah, it's a bad motherfucker. That Mustang's mean as fuck. And then you got the rice burner in the back. And this camera effect, it follows the hills to where you become blind when you're in the valley. And then it goes up and it rattles a little bit. And it's an effect that he does continuously over the course of 5 minutes or so.
Yeah, and it's a
Builds
lot of just
a
building
ton of
tension
suspense, yeah.
without they're just driving. There's no like they're not doing any of the crazy moves. It's literally just
You're
like
not getting-
which car is faster. And
Yeah, and you're not getting blown away, and you're not getting bored. It is this perfect
it's really,
balance.
really cool.
Perfect balance. And then she gets to the top of the hill, slams on the brakes where she's in a blind spot.
Yeah.
Gets out, finds
bluff.
yeah, and gets ready to fire. Where she gets this firearm from? That's got the
same
sights
gun
on it.
The same gun that she pulled off one of the guys after
That's
she
right, that's
killed
right.
the mercenary.
And
Or she finds it in his car,
the Christmas adventurer in the Mustang.
smashes into her butt.
Yeah.
Pause.
And gets out, tries to talk some shit. She recites this code, Howdy Doody in Green Acres, that you're supposed to know.
I think that's from the poem "The Revolution Will Not Be Televised" by Gil Scott Heron.
So this is a recurring thing too throughout it's a sort of secret code that you recite the words, and if the person knows the other half of it, you know that they're on your side. He doesn't know the words, so she fucking lights his ass up.
Yeah. Exactly.
And it's actually this really powerful scene because she puts one in him, and you kind of think that, but then he goes to like say something, and she screams really loud and squeezes like 4 more times, and it's just like, wow, she just
he tries to reach for his sidearm and she puts him down.
and screaming.
And this is also
Really interesting.
I love this character at this point. Like we see earlier in the movie her like kind of giving her dad the business, being like, "You're hungover." She's very spunky. We like her. Like everything. I was just very invested, and I was like, "Fuck yeah, I get him." You know?
Yeah. Yeah, and then he rolls up, and what's funny to me too is this is the cover art that I've seen everywhere. It's the big poster,
Him with the rifle.
and is leading me to believe before I got anywhere near watching this film that he is some type of killer, some type of mercenary, some type of bad motherfucker. But in this scene with this rifle, couldn't be further from the truth. He is fucking stumbling down this alleyway, gets out of this little Hot Wheel. I felt like it was all intentional.
Sure. It's kind of a setup.
Yeah.
And he ends up being like essentially the dude from Big Lebowski with a gun.
He really is. He's a fucking dude. Maybe that's why I got Coen Brothers fucking
Sure, I can
vibes,
see
man.
that.
And so which is great. And then she comes out, she realizes it's him. She's still apprehensive.
She wants him to say the code.
Yeah, but then even when she hugs him, she's still like, all right. She hugs him, but she's still like, let's go. They get in the car. It's this wonderful scene. Cut to Sean Penn's still alive. Mm-hmm. And he's trotting. He's got a
Trudging.
fucking rifle over his arms. He's got a gun, and he's doing his trudge. Half his face is gone.
Yeah.
Like, holy fuck, this dude's still kick-derating. Cut to him being inducted, right?
Into the Christmas adventures, and they ask him like what the situation was, and he's like,
Yeah. Greatest conversation, bro. What a fucking hilarious conversation.
this woman, I believe, was a semen thief, or she engaged in sperm theft.
Yeah, sperm theft. They recognized my power and, and wanted to steal it from me.
That's what women are trying to do to me. It's all right.
So he alludes to, in a very hilarious language too, this guy, the way the guy speaks is fucking phenomenal. What he basically says, he was drugged and reverse raped.
I was reverse raped.
Reverse raped is what he says. And then, so they take him over to his corner office. His beautiful new life is about to begin. He is just as giddy as a schoolgirl.
I knew this was about
When
to
they
happen.
tell him that he's joined the club, he literally says, "Oh, mommy."
Yeah.
And Then they put him in his office. The guy pretends to have lost his keys, walks out. They gas him. Okay. So, he dies having thought that, he made it. So he kind of wins. But why do that? Like, what is the reason to
Because he
kill
can't be in
this
the club,
dude
and
twice?
so he can't know about the club.
So why not just have him fucking dead? Why, as a filmmaker, as a storyteller, why are we killing this guy twice? Is he that bad of a person that you just want to see him get murdered twice?
Yeah.
Is it to tell us how fucked up that this
And how
group
gullible
is?
he is that he didn't put it together. Oh, these people tried to kill me.
Yeah.
He's
And-
so set on joining the Christmas Adventurers Club that he thinks that they would let him get away with having an
it's
interracial relationship.
basically, so what I'm kind of getting at is that this fucking stuff forwards our story nothing. Like, the story is not
It's just
changed.
character stuff.
It's all character stuff.
And you want to know what happened to that guy because he's a really vivid villain.
Yeah, and so are the Christmas people.
Yeah.
And this shows their dedication to letting motherfuckers, releasing the mortal coil. Like, they will go to these lengths,
And burn your body.
yo,
They cremate him.
that was pretty wicked. Having that's been in a couple films over the years. I can't remember the other ones, but the shot through the incinerator to
Yeah.
the body with the flames around it always gets me, man. That's a fucking wicked shot. And he's like disfigured, his eyes fucked up. They completely reintroduced this character for 3 minutes just to like. There's all these
It's
me.
satisfying.
I think that's the whole point. It's just satisfying, I love that.
You know also that that's going to happen.
Yeah, it's really obvious.
It's like
he's getting
they
gassed.
already ordered his execution, and now he's giving them this goofy story about her being a semen demon.
Yeah,
And so you're like, I was like, oh, he's going to walk around the corner to the office and there's going to be a guy in there with a gun. I was like, how are they going to get him? And then they put him in there and it just goes.
and they gas him. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's pretty good. A couple guys in some fucking biohazard outfits roll up, dude, and they take his stiff body. I love how they got him in the chair. They got him in the roller chair, and the one guy's holding. He's still in the feet on the desk position as they're rolling. I thought that was really good. I love how it serves no real purpose other than you get to kill this motherfucker twice.
Yeah.
And it's just like a bunch of like character development to all the way to the end.
Yeah, absolutely.
I thought it was really cool.
Him being that gullible, I think is fun.
Yeah.
And then the final scene is Bob gives Willow this letter from her mom.
Drinking some wine, smoking a doobie,
Yeah.
vaping. Nothing's changed.
Basically being like the letter. How do I sum the letter up? Basically being like, I didn't change the world, but I believe that you can. And Willow reads it. I teared up a little bit. I was like, oh, this is beautiful. And she's like, Dad, I got to go to this protest in Oakland. And
Yeah,
we
you
see
hear it on the radio coming through. He's
Yeah.
like, it's a 3-hour drive. And she's like, yeah. And?
And he's not worried about it anymore. He's like, all right, my daughter's going to be okay.
He tells her to be careful, and she says, nope.
Hell yeah, man.
Yeah, great ending.
So heartwarming. The movie is really about a dad's love for his daughter.
Kind of,
It's
yeah.
a very central point to it, which I'm
Yeah.
sure as a girl dad yourself must
So
have been affecting. And your daughter is multiracial.
I loved, Sort
Italian.
of. My daughter's not Italian.
Isn't Teresa
Mexican.
Italian? She's
Mexican.
There you go, multiracial.
Yeah. My wife's family's Mexican, yeah.
Mexican.
Camuñez is Riley's second last name. So Riley's name is, Camuñez Curry. So first, last name, I guess, whatever. We hyphenated, which is a Latino culture thing. I thought that my wife was just like super progressive when she proposed this idea when we first had our daughter.
Yeah.
And then I realized everyone in her family, all the women in her family have hyphenated names. Yeah,
I do too, unfortunately.
Yeah, you don't like it. I don't know.
Because I can't get on airplanes sometimes.
I battled with it at first because it was just unconventional to me and I didn't understand it. And then it was one of the first, it's funny that we're talking about this because it was one of the first things that I had to do in my journey as a dad and as a partner that was like, I just had to sort of,
Eat some crow.
and be totally fine with it.
Yeah, who cares?
Exactly. And it's funny because guys that know me kind of know me as a sort of hard-headed, strong personality.
I wouldn't say
whatever.
that. I think you're extremely soft.
But yeah, when it comes to that kind of stuff, man, the lady is the boss. I mean, you guys heard her here last week, dude. She's running the show. We got to have her back on, and we got to let her talk more.
Yeah.
I listened to it, and I didn't let her talk at all. So upsetting.
She's a woman of few words.
She truly is. Podcast might not be the best format for her. But what she did say was funny. She got me a couple times, too. She busted my chops. Yeah, it was pretty good. Like, you can't
It was also, during your 5-minute plumbing story, she was just unabashedly yawning.
Yeah.
Just multiple
so
times.
Sick of my shit. Yeah, God forbid I try to, talk about how I keep a roof over our heads.
It was funny.
And
your dynamic is amusing.
Yeah. And she was like, you can't, what was it? You said, you can't say transsexual anymore. And she goes, unless you're talking about the galaxy.
Yeah.
And I thought that was amazing.
That was good.
And when I heard it on when I was listening to it today, or yesterday, I was fucking laughing my ass off, dude. It was great. But I mean, the movie, I guess I should have figured we were just gonna go ham on this movie today, but I hadn't really, there's been a couple good ones lately. I feel like movies are back, dude.
Movies are back.
Yeah, I feel like fucking Weapons was one of the best, like thriller.
Weapons was a banger.
Thriller, and then we even had some fun this summer with the rebirth of the Final Destination series came out hard.
That was great
because there was a couple.
Eddington was incredible.
Yeah, there was
Eddington and this movie are kind of
very similar,
battling it out for my top pick of the year. I think I need to see both of them again.
Yeah, I think there's some other stuff I need to see. Oh,
Eddington is a much more detailed film.
Yeah. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of more Easter eggs and things like that.
Yes, and Eddington has a lot more, I think, to say about, like, Eddington takes place firmly in our society, I think, with maybe one exception, which is the Antifa super soldiers are kind of a satirical exaggeration. This movie is like just slightly off, the Christmas Adventures Club.
Yeah, it's a little bit, like you said, it's surreal.
Her forcing the soldier to get a boner, like that whole relationship is pretty silly.
I can't get his face out of my head when she's doing that. That smile, he's just so
his boner in the foreground.
Yeah, he's so pleasantly surprised about the whole thing. He's like sitting in this trailer drinking beer, and he's just like, "Oh my god, this is the best moment of my life."
She's hot.
That shit was great, dude. That scene was great. Yeah, movies are back, man. I even like the fun ones, like Superman. I watched that this week.
I didn't see that.
You didn't see the new Superman?
I don't like this cape shit.
It was all right, man. It was different. I mean,
I heard that movie is politically
Henry Cavill will always
politically
be
based.
My Superman, but I don't know. It was nice. It was fun. Oh, the girl that played Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, that actress was in it.
Never saw the show, but I know who you're talking about. She was on House of Cards. Rachel Brosnahan.
Yeah,
big controversy.
Why?
Somebody posted a comment on like a picture or video of her together with the star of the film and said, like, can you imagine being her husband and having to watch her kiss this guy and like so clearly be attracted to him? And her husband faved the comment.
Oh.
Sketch.
Yeah.
What else came out this year? Caught Stealing was great.
Yeah, Teresa noted last night when we were walking past the poster that she wanted to see that because
I loved it. It was a little bit underwhelming in comparison to this. This movie was just like exactly what I wanted it to be. Materialist was great. Bring Her Back.
Oh man, Nasuti disagrees, dude.
Sinners. Nasuti's wrong. Warfare.
Sinners was so much fucking better than I thought it was going to be, dude. I thought it was just being hyped up because like
Mickey 17.
I remember Mickey 17 was great. I remember
The Monkey.
Like, what Sinners reminded me
White
of?
Risk.
The hype reminded me of the Jordan Peele hype with like Us and Get Out. And Get Out was cool.
Us is an incredible movie.
I didn't really like it.
Us is like a deep, deep movie, in my opinion. I think it's like a
I should
metaphor.
watch it again then. I didn't get that.
So the idea that there are people that we can't see that have to live out like a grotesque, fucked up version of our lives in order for us to be happy and comfortable.
Oh yeah.
You think about people in the third world that make all your clothes. You also, it's not just people currently living today. It's like everybody in the past that had to like eat dirt and fucking like live a miserable existence for you to now get to come and sit in a movie theater. And the movie is called Us, but it's also US. It's about America. You know?
Yeah, okay.
The House of Mirrors that she has the crazy encounter in, at the beginning of the movie, it's like
I should watch it
Jax.
again.
It's like an Indian guy. It's like a Indian, like
Yeah.
native guy thing. And then later on, it's covered up. It's a wizard now, where they're just like painting over the history
INJUN
to keep you comfortable. Yeah.
engine. Yeah, I hadn't really seen it through that. I think when I saw it, it was just. But what I was getting at was the hype because of Get Out and all that was so much, and then I kind of
Nope is a letdown, but Us is a great movie.
I felt like Sinners was like going to be that, like more hype than, and I was so fucking surprised.
Yeah.
I was just like, this movie's incredible. And, I kind of got to a point, I'm a big Michael B. Jordan fan.
You do be Jordan.
What was the first big movie?
Creed.
No.
Black Panther.
No, the shooting. The fucking
Fruitvale Station.
Fruitvale Station was great, dude. And and Creed was great, but he became like a movie star, not an actor. And then Sinners came out, and I felt like he was acting again.
Uh-huh.
And like I really, because there's subtle differences between the brothers, in Sinners, and I thought he was just doing a great job. And I loved Haley What's Her Nuts being in it too. I just thought that
Steinfeld.
was a fucking badass movie, dude. Yeah, from
She's
True
a great
Grit.
singer too.
Yeah, she debuted. Her film debut is True Grit, the Coen Brothers version of True Grit. Did you know that?
I did know that.
Yeah.
But she also sings the song Starving. Do you know that song? No. I didn't know that I was starving till I tasted you. Don't need no butterflies when you give me the whole damn zoo.
Oh, I like that line though.
Stupid.
Oh, I saw a movie last night, trailer.
There's a bunch of good stuff coming out.
Charlie XCX doing the soundtrack. What the fuck movie was that? It looked fire, dude. I was very excited.
I can't remember right now, but I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I was like, daggum old daggums, dude.
It's like a spooky
dookie, dude. Spooky spunky. Coming up on all the 8 p.m.s. How many times do we have? Because we lost all that times in the middle, so we definitely don't have 2 hours.
Wuthering Heights.
Yes, it was Wuthering Heights.
Did you see Saltburn?
No.
Watch Saltburn. That's that. And then that director made Saltburn, and then she made a movie called Promising Young Woman that's about like a lady getting revenge on rapists.
Ooh.
But Saltburn is amazing. I don't want to spoil anything about it. Just watch it. It has.
Well, I'm going to have to watch Us first, I think. I feel like I'm going to watch Us tonight. Maybe.
Wuthering Heights is going to be freaky, dude. I already read about the opening scene has.
Yeah. Margot Robbie.
Semen Demon. There's some crazy shit happening.
Yeah, well, isn't that an old book, Wuthering Heights?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I
saw a couple decent
Charlotte
trailers
Bronte?
last night. I saw a couple decent trailers last night.
Emily Bronte.
Oh, there's a movie that Aziz Ansari wrote and directed where Keanu Reeves is his guardian angel.
Not going to watch that.
It looks pretty funny to me.
Hey, I'm Aziz. Shut up.
You don't like Aziz, huh? Wait, hold on. I thought Parks and Rec was the superior office. It's Aziz Heavy, bro.
He's in there.
Yeah, he's a fucking...
I'm loose.
James just called Aziz Ansari a racial slur.
We're wild. The Wild West. No, I was actually rooting for Aziz, and you were shitting on him, and that is that. That is what happened.
It just says that you pitching that movie to me, Aziz Ansari, but Keanu Reeves is his guardian angel. It sounds goofy.
It looks kind of funny, and I loved Keanu Reeves being silly. I miss him being silly. I feel like he's not silly enough anymore. The
AMC app, you can see what trailers were before the movies that you saw.
Before I forget, you touched on Parks and Rec being better than The Office last week, and while that is definitely a question of taste, we have to admit that a question of fact is that it was 100% doesn't exist without The Office. Parks
Sure.
and Rec was a carbon copy of The Office with some, better character development, maybe better actors.
It's the same
maybe,
creator,
what's his name?
Mike Schur.
Yeah. So I'm just saying, though. I mean, just saying. So The Office ruled.
The Office is cringe now because of the fan base, because there's so many girls who are like, I like pizza and The Office and dogs. It's like, you have no personality. What do you think about Irreversible?
The book, the movie?
Yeah.
I haven't watched it yet. Well, in a long time.
That's me asking a girl that.
Oh, yeah, that's weird. Well, see, but you can't call a piece of art cringe because of its fan
Yes, I
base.
can.
I mean,
you can do that all the time.
yeah, but that's bullshit. I mean,
Nope.
I get
Rick
like,
and Morty.
Tim Dillon.
Great TV show. Cringe. Fan base.
Yeah, but you won't watch it?
No,
I love it.
I'm not going to currently watch it.
Well, the new
It's also
season-
embarrassing what happened with the creator.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm not going to explain right now. He was Me Too'd. He
bummer.
was trying to have sex with 14-year-olds.
Bummer, dude. Why they got to be like that?
Because all great minds are tainted by dark sexual urges. Some of us just want to have a gun.
Tim Dillon made a really good point about Taylor Swift fans.
What?
About how people that are like he is more concerned about devout Taylor Swift fans than he is about Taliban.
Sure. The Taylor band.
Yeah. Just the whole engagement freak out that happened.
I didn't see.
It was so embarrassing, dude.
I mean, everybody's happy about it, right?
Yeah, but people too happy.
Sure.
Just too happy. It's just a mess.
I will say that's another thing where it's like she's the most popular artist in the world, and her fans seem to think that it's a personality to be invested in her music, and that's
unfortunate. Yeah, like
it's fine. But
when you ask
I'm
someone
stepping
about
outside
yourself,
of myself. That's me being like corny and being a hipster and being like, you need to have esoteric original taste. And the truth is, like, most stuff that has a huge fan base is good on some level. It has a fan base because it's good to one degree or another. Like Nickelback.
Most of would you call Nickelback butt rock?
Yes.
Quintessentially.
Quintessentially.
I mean, but they kind of like, yeah, I guess so. They were at the front. They were at the front of that shit, dude. Them and
Candlebox.
POD.
POD is new metal, which is overlaps with, but is
Feel
distinct
so
from
alive.
overlaps with, but is distinct from butt rock.
I remember when I was in
Youth of a Nation.
the Pokey and the work camp in the work van. They had us out there down in West Georgia, chain ganging it up, dude. Bush axing on the side of the highway and whatnot. And we get in the van and that song, "This Is How You Remind Me of," was new. And I was fucking into it.
It's a good song.
Yeah, I was into it. And then I got out of prison and I found out that they were fucking not cool. So I had to be not.
Yeah, but that's the public perception.
Yeah, no, actually, I didn't. That didn't come till years later. I was always like, yeah, Nickelback's good. I didn't go down there. What happened is I got out of prison and the album Toxicity came out and
Great album.
really got into that. I had
I got kicked out of middle school because of System of a Down.
notebook when I was in prison of movies that I was missing and albums that I was missing. And like the first 2 weeks of being out were dedicated to getting caught up on all of those things.
That would be fun.
I had like.
But then you try to talk to people, you're like, hey, I just saw Pirates of the Caribbean.
I had the first
Like,
72
bro, that came out
hours.
2 years ago.
I had the first 72 hours of post-release like planned out in a notebook. Meals I was going to eat, snacks I was going to have, things, inappropriate things I was going to take part in.
Masturbating.
No, masturbate in jail. No, intercourse.
You had a lady lined up?
Sort of. So, well, communication in this pot was weird because it was like a work camp.
Yeah.
There was no phones. But there was letters.
And work. There was work.
Yeah, but there's no phone. Like in normal prison, you have phone. Nowadays, I hear they got fucking tablets. They're like video
Hibachi.
calling and shit. Dude, I got this buddy of mine.
They got Rolexes in there.
Doing a stretch in the county right now. He's tableting me, dude. He's hitting me up.
Yeah, you got to pay for it though.
No. So the text messages are free.
Okay.
But he did ask me for a package, and I hooked the brother up, dude.
Good.
I felt good to be able to do that. I used to hit Caddy up. You know, Caddy used to put
I would never do that.
scratch on the books. Every couple
Shouldn't have broke
weeks.
the law.
Every couple weeks. Yeah. I mean, it is what it is.
Anybody that goes to jail, immediately I say, you're dead to me.
stop answering the phone. But anyway, a good friend of mine, shout out Tucker, living on the West Coast. He's got 3 kids. He's a firefighter now.
Swag.
Him and I actually, after this prison release, ended up getting in some serious trouble in downtown Atlanta. On the news, ended up in a holding cell with none other than
This the car chase thing?
Lazy Bone. Yeah,
Nice. I
Lazy
remember
Bone
this.
was in the downtown jail for that one.
From
Bone Thugs,
Bone Thugs and Harmony.
Yeah. Didn't ask for a autograph, but you know,
I don't think I would recognize him.
it really happened. He was way more famous then. We're talking about 2002. And it was before everyone was covered in tattoos, and he had some very recognizable tattoos on his hand or on his neck. I think it was music notes on his neck or something.
And then on the other side just said, I'm Crazy Bone, Lazy
It was
Bone.
Lazy Bone.
Sorry.
And
There's Lazy Bone, Crazy Bone, and Busy Bone, right?
Yeah, and Tucker's
Busy Bone is like a
logic was,
psycho
dude, he's
now.
been sleeping the whole time. That's definitely Lazy Bone. But no, the tattoos is what really gave it away.
pretty funny.
But anyway, Tucker had
Shouts out
written
Tucker.
in a letter, oh yeah, I got you, bro, when you get out too. So yes, there was. But the thing was, I was being released
He
to...
had a babe ready for you.
Yeah.
Oh, it kind of sounded like he was going to suck you.
No. He, you know,
Don't worry, bro.
back then,
When you get out, I got you taken care of.
back
You
then,
show up,
you
it's just
know,
him with
that was
lipstick
like,
on.
you get out of prison and like people celebrated. You know, but see, I got released from Western Georgia by Alabama and was to live with my mother in Ackworth, which is north of Atlanta. But all my friends were east of Atlanta in a town called Athens, not Athens, Georgia, sorry, Madison, just south of Athens, Georgia. And so I had to make it there. Like I had to get out and live with my mommy and, you know, show her that I was going to be a good boy now and not go to prison anymore. And then go to visit my friends in Madison and get, you know,
Wait, who's the girl?
get laid and get drunk and get high.
I'm curious about who this woman is that's just like prepared to have sex with a guy who just got out of prison, sight unseen.
Well, so it was an interesting situation of our paths crossing is she had been sentenced to go to a program herself.
Oh,
And
was about to go.
Yeah. Like I got out and she was leaving
romantic.
like a week later. And she had known about it for months. Like she had gotten sentenced and, you know, a lot of people get time to prepare for their prison sentence.
Yeah.
If you have money and you have a lawyer, you get
I'd be
time to prepare.
preparing by killing myself.
Yeah. So I didn't have that luxury. You know, when I took the bus to go to prison, there was a couple guys that got on the bus from court and were like on the street that day and were going and knew their sentence, you know, and knew all this. And I was just like, fuck you, man. I got arrested one night in a blackout, found out what I had done the next day. And then for 6 months sat in the county jail waiting to figure out what happened. You know,
Yeah.
what people don't realize is when you get fucking arrested, you don't know what the fuck is going to happen. And if it's felonies, you're waiting a minimum of 120 days before you look a judge in the eyes, bro, other than a bond hearing. Bond hearings happens in the first 72 hours.
What about the right to a speedy trial?
Bullshit doesn't exist if you don't have money.
Yeah.
If you have money, the judicial system is way different. But just think of the concept of a bond. You can fucking murder somebody. And if you have enough money to get a lawyer to convince a judge that you're not a flight risk, you can be out of jail the next fucking day
Yeah.
and just go into court from the street. It's crazy, dude. All it takes is money. And if you don't have money and you accidentally break a cop's fucking jaw, you know, sort of accidentally, maybe not. I don't know.
You're blacked out. Maybe you're trying to give him a hug or a kiss.
Yeah, and just don't happen to have $10,000, then you have to fucking sit in jail, you know?
Yeah.
There's so much uncertainty. There's such a long period of uncertainty in jail that I don't think people realize is the worst part.
That poor cop.
Yeah. You know, he came to my bond hearing and actually spoke on my behalf.
He's actually a really nice guy.
No, he just said he didn't believe it was a malicious intent, and he aided in the charge being dropped from assault on a law enforcement officer to felony obstruction.
Nice.
Yeah, which is two very different charges.
Of course. Yeah. Assault on a Leo.
It holds like a minimum of like 3 years.
How about assault on an Aries?
What? Or assault on a Virgo?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You get it.
What if you put some salt on an Aquarius? Does it shrivel up?
Wow. Great question. One of the signs should be an octopus.
Right?
Yeah. I want to start telling babes that. So what's your sign? Octopus?
It's a leap year, baby. When you're born on February 29th. Yeah.
I was born on December
32nd.
39th. I'm on some whole other shit you can't comprehend,
the 11th of November.
Yeah, that's fire.
I think we covered, if you probably should say this in the beginning of the episode. Spoilers.
Put it in the description.
Yeah, we spoiled the fuck out of the movie for you guys, man. But it was
what a great film.
So awesome. I hope I didn't ruin it.
Go check it out.
Yeah, I mean, and if you weren't going to check it out, now you know everything about it.
Yeah.
And we got to talk about it because we're going to have a guest next week.
We could have Francisco on, I think. Well, do you want to, you're working again this Sunday, huh?
This Sunday, yeah. That's why we're doing this tonight. So it'll be next Sunday, and we'll talk about who we want the guest to be.
I'll reach out to some people. Maybe we could have Brett on. We'll see. Currently in the mental hospital. Free Brett.
Free Brett. Hashtag now.
The standard podcast hasn't been a new episode in a week, and I'm dying, bro.
Oh, man.
The last episode ended with him. He was sending screenshots of his Instagram story to ChatGPT and being like, what kind of guy am I? And ChatGPT was like, you're fresh yet fierce, and your attitude is giving husband energy. Like ChatGPT is just sucking him off. It's crazy. Anyway, that's about it for me. We're at 95 minutes.
Are we at 95 minutes?
96.
One last
96,
one last thing.
Sure.
I want to talk about a serious. How do you feel about the comedy show in Riyadh?
I don't know anything about this.
There is a comedy show. It took place already in Saudi Arabia, and our boy Gills publicly shot it down, turned down a cool meal for one night.
He can afford to do that, though.
Yeah, but he's quoted as saying, I take a strong stance. You don't 9/11 your homies. That's why he wouldn't do the show in Riyadh.
Good for him. That's funny.
Louis did it.
I'm sure.
Bill Burr did it. I think your boy Aziz Ansari did it.
Not my boy.
Which I think is fine. Tim Dillon was going to do it, but you know how Tim Dillon goes on his podcast? Do you ever listen to the Tim Dillon show?
No.
It's a lot. It's fucking funny, but it's a lot.
I can't handle him yelling so much. I've seen little clips of it.
It gets me a little worked up, man.
His explanation of, I heard something of him talking about alcoholism and talking about drinking martinis, and I was like, this is good. He's funny.
He's great. But
you need to have two Beefeater martinis.
He went on and on about how he was going to do it. He disclosed the amount of money he was being paid. He was like, fuck everybody who says it ain't cool. He's like, so they have slaves. I don't fucking care. They're probably pleasant people. And apparently the Saudi Arabians did not take kindly to his comments, and they pulled him off the card.
Oh.
So he lost out on like a $300,000 paycheck.
Speaking
for
of
one night.
Slavery.
Could you imagine?
A friend of mine.
I could pay my house off, dude.
Keep sending stuff like this to our group chat.
What is this? Oh my God. Which baby is this?
It's both of them. It's both his kids.
Oh my God, dude.
It's a friend of mine keeps sending pictures of his children, his little babies, and saying, this is a descendant of slave owners.
That's horrible. Why?
I don't know. I was like, that's a sweet little baby. He was like, that's my point.
It's pretty funny.
Whatever.
That's pretty funny.
It's a psycho.
So I think that there's some people made some videos calling them like, you know, sellouts or something for going to Saudi Arabia and doing a show. Not only feel like
for the frick of it,
they're fucking comedians and this is what they do for a living, right? But also like,
do people even speak English there?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So, they did a show in Bahrain the night before, and then they went to Riyadh, which Bahrain is different. Bahrain, you're allowed to drink and stuff. It's like the party town in that area. But, Riyadh is a legit alcohol-free state, kingdom. You don't and there were 2 rules. You couldn't talk about the royalty, and you couldn't talk about the religion. Those are the 2 rules that were off the table for the comedians.
Can you talk about them dismembering Jamal Khashoggi?
Probably not. But the list apparently started off very long and got shortened. But all these like cheap shot taken B-list or D-list nobody comedians are like shitting on them for taking, like Mark Maron, your boy Mark Maron got all
Mark Maron's not a D-list comedian. He's a superstar.
Mark Maron is a jackass.
Good for him, dude.
He's like whining about it. I can't believe these guys would go.
I did hear about this because I saw Stavros making fun of it also.
Yeah, but it's also like, dude, these people are taking leaps and bounds in the free speech area, and this is kind of unprecedented to have a stand-up comedy show. This is like the introduction of live stand-up comedy to that area. It doesn't exist.
It shouldn't.
Why not?
Because they don't get to have that and then also have slaves. I think would be a good standard to set,
Well, what if this is like
people shouldn't be going and performing in Israel?
Well, what if this is the tip of the spear?
You think that the comedy is going to make it so that they no longer have horrible human rights practices and dismember people that criticize their government and steal all of our golfers? Fucking assholes.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, but I think that, free speech should be able to be practiced anywhere, and that if comedy is being allowed somewhere, it's a good thing, regardless.
That's not what it's about. It's about them being able to spend money to make them look like if they spend enough money, now we look like a normal country. That's their whole thing with all the sports too.
Dude, but you're not. You're a petro state. Goes on in this country, man.
Not as much as over there.
Oh, horseshit.
USA rules.
Yeah, of course it does. It's where we live, but it's still a fucked up place, man. I think that it's a good thing. I think the comedy show in Riyadh is a good thing.
I just found out about it, but I disagree.
Yeah. You're disagreeing for funsies. Why don't you do your research and we'll bring it back up next time.
I just did my research. It's in Riyadh. I think it's stupid. I think the people that are going there and are defending it did it because they got a big ass check. They're not like, I'm here to spread free speech. Otherwise, they wouldn't have agreed to those content restrictions.
Yeah, but they also...
You also, in the United States, you can do a comedy show and you can be like, fuck the president.
Yeah, and he'll fucking lean on the production company that owns your fucking studio and have you attempted to be fired.
Yeah, that was not chill. And
that was horseshit.
Now Jimmy Kimball is back, so...
Yeah, he is. And, dude... And he's rocking it. His ratings have sucked dick for years, and now he's like the number...
Not a particularly funny guy.
No,
The Man Show was cool.
Yeah. Well, that was because Adam Carolla was on it, though. But, yeah, Riyadh.
Doug Stanhope.
Power to Riyadh. Power to all the comedians that went to that show. Jimmy Spice out.
Peace.